The next guest I've been directed to call upon by Dr. Malik. He holds her very high in regard and thinks of her as very special. A motivational speaker and trainer. The Honorable Captain Ansari's life was founded in 1985, where she joined the BBC, moving from BBC Urdu to the World Services English language programs, and eventually the World Today. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege if we can rise to welcome onto stage Captain Durdana Ansari, OBE. A huge round of applause to Captain Ansari, OBE. And she can share her words of wisdom with us all tonight. Again, before she makes her way onto the stage, please, I humbly request you if you could remain as silent as possible, show her the utmost respect while she's addressing this wonderful audience. Captain Ansari, OBE.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay. You don't have to stop eating. Carry on eating, but stop speaking if you can. Otherwise, I'm going to call my brother, Dr. Malik, here. I'm going to make sure he stands beside me while I'm speaking. So thank you so much, Dr. Malik, for inviting us, for inviting these amazing people, inviting all the members of the armed forces. I'm very grateful to Nazia, his lovely wife, who is sitting somewhere nearby, his lovely daughters, and Irfan, congratulations. I think his entire family was born in courts. That's how I see it. All the kids were born barristers, and so I've heard that he's got 30 members in his family who are lawyers and barrister. And Dr. Sahab has asked me to speak about myself. I'm sure many of you know who I am, but I'm very humbled to be standing before you, especially in this amazing Aftari time, Ramzan Sharif, which is a very, very auspicious time for all of us. And I'm sure the people who have come here first time, they do realize that what a special event this is, and what a special person you are, Dr. Malik, for inviting these amazing people. His Excellency, thank you so much, all the judges, all the lovely ladies and gentlemen. I'm very grateful to be standing here before you. My journey started, as Ibrahim was saying, that sometime in 1985, but it was well beyond that, before that. As a 16-year-old, I was brought to this country, put on a plane to say, you're married. So I was married, coming to a completely new world, new atmosphere, no language, alien people, and myself. So I came here, and I didn't know what to do. I was an artist. All I did was simply draw, draw, and draw. I didn't know how to cook. I didn't know how to behave in a family with in-laws. And I always say that when especially Pakistani girls are getting married, your parents go out of their way to find amazing jewelry, glittery clothes, and whatnot. They literally go out of their way, and you know how expensive that is. And I wish all the parents, amazing parents who have got this amazing fourth generation now, especially the girls as well as the boys, give them some bullet points, what to do and what not to do. And that is something, how do you behave in a society? How do you live with your husband or your in-laws? What is the kind of citizen you become? What is the kind of person you become? Because you are a naive person coming from a third world country. I felt, when I first came to England, I felt that I was very free in Pakistan. I used to sing, I used to sometimes dance, I was a girl guide. But when I came to this country and I was told, behave like a Pakistani girl. So I didn't know how it says a Pakistani girl has to behave. Thank goodness for that. Whoever we are, our amazing parents have made us and the culture that we come from. Please, I request you, ladies and gentlemen, trust yourself, convince yourself, respect your culture, because our culture is one of the finest cultures you can ever see. And also, embrace the other cultures as well. These amazing, as I say it, Pakistan is my motherland, and this is my homeland. And I'm extremely proud of this homeland who's made me who I am today. But at the same time, what we are supposed to do, leave a legacy here. Teach our youngsters how to behave, how to speak, how to respect elders, how to have tolerance. Ramadan, especially in Rosa, while you're fasting, what does it teach us? Peace, tolerance, patience, respect for others, mutual respect. We always think about our rights. Do we think about our obligations? And that is something, ladies and gentlemen, we must remember, and we must leave a legacy in this world. I am worried about our next generation, extremely worried, because this is the only way a torchbearer need to make sure that the flame is burning once you hand it over to the next person. And I'm sure that we all are working extremely hard, but there are still people who are living in underprivileged areas. I have been to, when I was working after the BBC, I was trying to make sure that these young people are really enhancing the knowledge, the education, and the culture that they have come from. So as the Maulana Sahab was saying, and the Mayor was saying, and Hugh was saying, that please try and respect no matter which culture you come from. We have to. I remember, zindagi mein challenges hain. We get challenges in life, huge challenges. When I was very young, I have beautiful daughter. And when I realized, about in 8 months' time, I realized she was not listening. She was born with hearing difficulty. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, today that girl is a karate expert, a black belt. She was being bullied at school. Once she broke that, the brick, nobody came near her. It is not to hurt people. It is about telling them to secure yourself. You have a borderline. Today, she's one of the finest artists in the world. And I'm extremely, and the entire world her work is in Windsor Castle. She's now going to stand on an aeroplane while it is flying. And I really would like to invite the organizers of that amazing, amazing work, Anthony, and I would like to invite Amina to come and show you their faces, and I would like you to really, really support these amazing people. Thank you, Anthony and Amina. Just tell us about what is wing walk. Now here. Amina had her cochlear implants only 2 years ago. She never used to speak before. Now it's the first time she's hearing, and she's going on that plane. Anthony.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. Assalamualaikum. What I'd like to say is this amazing young lady here, who's not just an amazing human being, an amazing artist. I'm not going to mess with her because obviously karate's pretty dangerous. But she's going to be flying on the 17th of July from an airfield just outside a place called Cirencester in the Cotswolds. And I don't know if you can see, can I get you to hold that picture up there? She's going to be flying on a 1940s Boeing Stearman. This plane is lovingly restored and repaired every year so that it can fly completely safely. I think there's a 96% safety record, so there's only a 4% chance of it going wrong. I am joking, 100% record. But she's going to be flying and soaring through the air on an 850 brake horsepower 1940s Boeing Stearman. And this amazing lady's raising money for the Duke of Edinburgh Award, which gives people the opportunity, young people up to 26, the opportunity to go out, mix together. What we talked about today, society cohesion, people from all different communities, different ethnicities, to go out and work with charities locally and to go on expeditions. But what I'd like you to try and do is, if we can maybe put this up somewhere, there's a QR code there which will take you to her Just Giving page, whereas if you'd like to donate, she's only had the page up for about a week and she's already raised £800. But she's got a massive target she wants to get to, which is £10,000. So if anybody in the room would like to support her, please come up to her, introduce yourself, take a quick picture of her QR code, and it will take you back to her site and you can donate today or another day. If I'll pass you over to her to explain a few things.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you to my mother and thank you to Agni for giving me so much faith. And yes, I cannot hear. I'm here for the first time. And I'm looking forward to celebrate in the sky. So I'm looking for your support. Thank you.
It's just a matter of. So all I would like to say is that in Urdu, that bahar o khiza kam nigahon ke wahm, bahar o khiza kam nigahon ke wahm, bure ya bhale sab zamane tere. So be positive and the positivity will come to you. And there's another one which is by Faraz. डूबते डूबते कश्ती को उछाला दे दूं, डूबते डूबते कश्ती को उछाला दे दूं, मैं नहीं कोई तो साहिल पे उतर जाएगा. And it goes like that in English. And even as I sink, I will push the boat towards the shore. If not me, then someone else will reach the shore. Thank you so much indeed. How on earth could I forget about the We Served? My team is here. Hugh Andre is here. Tony, Angus, Dan, and everyone. Thank you so much for being here. And today we have brought We Serve. Please, ladies and gentlemen, do support us. And they have pulled me in. I hope I'm worthy of doing the good for the veterans. Thank you so much indeed. Have I forgotten about anything? Tell me now. No. Bye-bye.